When you take a pill, you just trust that it's safe and that it's going to work. But what guarantees that the next pill you take from a completely different batch is just as good? Well, today, we're diving into the powerful system that pharmaceutical companies use to make sure quality isn't just a one-time thing, but a continuous, reliable reality for every medicine they make.
So let's just think about that for a second. A company makes one absolutely flawless batch of a life-saving drug. Every single test comes back perfect. But is that really a guarantee for the future, or was it just a lucky break? That is the absolute core question we're going to tackle.
This slide really nails the difference. See, batch quality, it's like a single photograph. It captures one perfect moment in time. But consistent quality, that's the whole movie. It's the complete story of reliable, predictable excellence over months and years. And that's what truly matters.
So how in the world do companies get this complete story? They use a really powerful tool called the Product Quality Review, or PQR. Honestly, the best way to think of it is as an annual health checkup for their medicines.
A product quality review, or PQR, is this formal, annual deep dive into every single batch of one specific product. And we're talking about a whole year's worth of production here. The good, the bad, all of it gets put under the microscope.
So why go through all this trouble? What is the PQR really trying to accomplish? What's the end game?
Well, the goals are actually pretty simple, but they're incredibly important. First, you want to verify that your process is consistent, that it's working the exact same way every single time. Second, you confirm it's in a state of control, which just means it's predictable and it isn't going to throw you any curveballs. And finally, you want to ensure that the final product quality is always stable.
Okay, so what does this comprehensive review actually look at? Let's pull back the curtain and see the sheer amount of data that gets crunched.
And wow, this process is incredibly thorough. They look at everything from the total number of batches they made to any that got rejected. They dig into any customer complaints and something called out-of-specification results. That's when a product doesn't quite meet its required quality standards. It is a massive data gathering effort to get the full picture. But here it is. This is the most important part of this whole explainer. Collecting all that data is one thing. The real magic, though, the true power of the PQR is what you do with it.
You see, a PQR isn't just a report card that says, hey, 99 out of 100 batches were good. No. It's a tool for trend analysis. It's all about finding the hidden patterns and the signals in a year's worth of data before they can blow up into major problems.
Here's a classic example. Let's say in January, there was one small deviation from the process. In February, there were 2. By March, there were 4. Now, individually, they might seem pretty minor, not a big deal. But the trend, well, the trend tells a very different story.
This chart tells the real story, right? It's not just a few isolated incidents. It is a clear upward trend. This is a massive red flag. It could be a sign that a piece of equipment is failing, or maybe there's an issue with the supplier. The PQR helps you catch this before it causes a major quality crisis.
Now, because this tool is so critical for ensuring public safety, you can absolutely bet that regulatory bodies like the FDA have very, very high expectations. And when they do audits, they often find common areas where companies are falling short.
See, just doing a PQR isn't enough. It has to be done right. Some common failures include just listing data without actually looking for trends, or writing these vague, inconclusive reports. And worst of all, identifying a problem and then taking no action. That makes the whole thing totally pointless.
So, what do regulators want to see? They want a clear yes or no on whether the process is consistent. They want to see a plan for improvement and an assessment of whether any changes might require revalidation, which is basically proving the process still works like it's supposed to. It's all about accountability and action.
So let's bring it all together. What is the big takeaway from all this? Well, it's a fundamental shift in how we even think about quality.
The old mindset was basically to just assume quality exists. The PQR mindset, on the other hand, is to actively verify with hard data that quality is continuous. It's this powerful shift from just having faith to demanding evidence. And it all comes down to this simple idea. To achieve continuous quality, you need continuous review. You just can't have one without the other. This is really the bedrock of modern pharmaceutical safety.
So, knowing that this incredibly rigorous health check happens for the medicines we rely on, how does that change your perspective on quality? It's a promise of consistency, and it's built on data. Thanks for joining us.